off.
Runners have towed the line. Trigger pull. And they're off and running. 3,000 meter men's race. Fourth race of the
We'll see
day.
how these things sort out, but initial impressions, it looks like Richmond men and the GW men are taking an early liking to the lead.
Now 10:47 a.m. this morning at 10:47.
That's Michael Bulkey taking the lead, followed by Andy Condon of Richmond.
Today being the first day of spring.
Henry Haase there in fourth.
And it is officially spring equinox. It's 10:46 a.m. Keep track of that. Welcome to the first day of spring.
Looks like that's Braden Bayek taking the third place spot at the moment.
Fred Harvey Track, we're at Kansas University of Richmond.
Like the women's race, they're off to a quick start with the stringing out already.
We also have the triple jump underneath the video board.
We got a pattern of GW Richmond as they come through 400 in about 107.
There's throwing events going over at the throw field at the West Hampton College side of the campus. After the
You keep an eye on about the top 6 runners here. It looks like that they're probably going to be sticking together for quite a while based off of their personal records. So we've got a group of about 10, 11 runners here up front. And there's a little bit of a gap followed by them, but see how long these runners can stick together. If you see them start clumping up, it usually means that the race is kind of slowing down. But if they start stringing out like Riley was talking about, that pace is definitely going to be moving.
Yeah, based on their personal records, it seems like they're all running well within their desired pace at the moment. George Washington really bringing the packs to this 3,000 meters. Coming through in pretty relaxed 2:18 for 800 meters. It's looking like we're going to see some action in the last half of this race, Robbie.
Absolutely. Yeah, it could be a lot of different factors, seeing a race kind of going out slow. Sometimes runners don't want to be in the lead. Kind of slow down that pace down, see if someone will take the lead, share turns with them.
Little stumble there.
Yep, you can see the pack's already starting to get super, super tight here.
Push into the outside. Outdoor's a little different from indoor in that way. You can't. There's more room for tactics in outdoor. There's less room to move on the, or less space, I'll say, in indoor. But in outdoor, you can make your moves. You can bunch up. It looks like Andy Condon of Richmond and Henry Haase have been pushed to the outside, unable to get in on that inner rail.
Yeah, George Washington men are definitely standing their ground on the inside.
Mistroli of Richmond getting a little bit of the rail. Coming through in about 440 mile pace for the third lap.
We also do want to thank our sponsor, Jam Bar. If you haven't tried a Jam Bar, try it. It's one of the best bars. Many different flavors. But check it out, Jam Bar, J-A-M-B-A-R. Thanks again for being the sponsor here. And also shout out to, they're not racing here today, have been in the past, but Virginia Commonwealth University moving on the next round of March Madness. That was a pretty cool fight against UNC. So shout out to VCU.
We got some action as the pack passes a runner, and it's starting to string out here. We got Michael Bulkey and his teammate. We'll get a read on who that is in a second. Looks like Condon of Richmond in third.
Yeah, it looks like Brandon Bayek. Washington.
As they 4:37, that was a quicker lap than the others, so it's starting to string out really. Got Richmond trying to hang on to that 4th, 5th, and 6th as GW takes the first 3 slots. And now here we go. We got it strung out.
Yeah, pace is starting to move.
Packs emerge. Richmond men hanging tough.
Henry
Haase making that pass into 4th.
GW has the top 3 so far.
About a mile to go here.
In line 4, 5, and 6. Wearing the blue tops, red bottoms.
3 GW runners, followed by 3 Richmond runners.
Looks like if Ozzy's going to want to stay close to that lead, he'll have to make a pass right here. Little window opening up between between second and third.
Yeah, looks like Bulky and Mabuthia of GW 1-2 right now, looking very strong running together.
Condon and Mastroli forming a little pack together as Hazy contemplates whether or not to go with that first 2. Coming through in about 5:40 for the 2000. 1K to go, 2.5 laps. It looks like the top 2 have distanced themselves from the rest, although there goes Hazy and Mastroli making a push to close that gap. Bulky isolating himself a bit.
Yeah, see these GW guys keep it up in the front here. You don't want to push too soon to the point where the final lap comes around and you start slowing down. We'll find out here shortly.
It's true, but Bulky is currently running well off his personal record pace, so he can probably make a big dent in this last 800 meters as the Richmond men push between themselves to try to catch up to that second place slot. Looks like Hazy, Mastroli, and Condon are all hanging tough there.
Yeah, they got eyes on Mabuthia of George Washington trying to hawk him down here. Looks like they are closing that gap. But Michael Bulky of George Washington has just got a very nice stride here going for him.
About 600 meters to go. It looks like Mastroli has overtaken that third place slot. Hazy hanging tough. Condon on the outside. George Washington got a steady group of 4 behind that top 3. There we go, Mastroli making a push for that second spot. Bulky's got about 500 to go, looking strong.
Here
we go, let's get a read on that. He's got about 400 to go and about 720. We'll see if he can get around that 820 mark.
Yeah, Bulky's definitely running a lot slower than his personal best. Riley is right. He's probably got a lot of juice left in the legs here. He's probably going to put a pretty fast final 400.
Meanwhile, it's a fight for this second place position. Mabuthi of George Washington currently holding off the Richmond men, but 300 meters to go for them. And Bulky is coming up on 200 to go.
Henry Hazy Richmond making a push.
Here we go. Hazy, Condon, Mastroli all trying to look for that second spot. 200 meters to go for them. Meanwhile, Bulky's got about 150. Looks like going to win this pretty handily, but we got to fight for second. Hazy and Condon kicking hard. They have overtaken Mabuthi, but Mabuthi is not given up yet. 100 meters to go. It's Condon, Mabuthi, and Hazy.
Goes Mabuthi, quick final straightaway as Michael Bulky wins the race around 8:23. Strong fight here.
And it looks like, oh, it's too close to tell. Condon and Mabuthi. We'll see what the final read is here. It's Condon, 8:29.69. Richmond sneaks in there by 1/100th of a second. Wow. What a finish for that second place slot.
Henry Hazy finishing 8:31, followed by Mastroli of Richmond in 8:34.
Place finishers for the 3,000 meter race. Event number 5.